Hello, welcome to my channel. Nosy Hausfrau here. Tonight sticking my nose into the latest on the John Kuckian and Peter Monn issue. I was supposed to go to bed, but how the hell can I when John Kuckian made the video that he made? Where to begin? First of all, he starts out saying, I don't want to bash anybody. That's not what this is. This is not a bashing video. And then proceeds to once again talk about what a pervert he thinks Peter Monn is. Honey, that's Bashapalooza. What are you talking about? And how could he do that? I don't get it. First of all, he says, and by the way, this is a serious situation. I'm laughing because I can't believe that he actually was seriously trying to pass those conversations off as being between him and Peter Monn. Nobody talks that way, least of all Peter Monn, okay? The conversation he had, and I don't know if you saw his video, it's worth a click. I know he'll get money for it, but you have to see this crap because his name will be mud anyway after this stupidity. But the conversation has somebody being really aggressive and really assertive, and no matter what he says that's reasonable, that person just responds with that same aggression and behaves exactly like a troll. You don't need to be a profiler for the FBI, a job that Kuckian will never have, to recognize a troll that's so obvious. Why on earth would Peter Monn use his own name and speak that way to somebody? Give me a break. I mean, are you Kuckian? Are you really gullible? Are you that gullible? Are you stupid, or are you a liar? Because you're either a liar or a fool. I'm sorry, but it's true. And I get no schadenfreude out of... Go ahead, I'll wait while you look it up. Out of seeing somebody in a painful situation. But you absolutely have made a complete ass out of yourself. And then later in the video, he actually goes from claiming this is Peter Monn to trying to add levity to the video and talking about how everybody who knows him knows he's very sweet and this is his opinion and he's entitled to his opinion. Let me tell you something. Just a little tip for you, a life lesson here. If you're going to attempt to destroy somebody, you ought to have more than your opinion. You ought to be concerned with having evidence and facts, and not somebody saying they're Peter Monn and making ridiculous comments to you. Overtly sexual things like, I want you to come over, when he knows you live very far away. Now, why would somebody talk that way to you and not to Charles, who you say he was also hitting on? It's funny how you claim he's hitting on all these people, but you're the only person who's come forward with anything. And then somebody who apparently has told no one in their life this has happened decides to contact you and tell you they were a victim of his, but they haven't told anyone else, and nobody goes to the police, and you think he's molesting children, but you don't think it's worth it to go to the police about. You are 10 kinds of stupid, you know that? And I don't say these things to people, but I really feel compelled to tell you, you are a moron of the first order. Putting out a video like that and doubling down on such ridiculous accusations in the first place, and then painting him as a monster. You were completely glib while you sat there dragging this guy's name through the mud, and then you turn around with a smile and say, sometimes we'll talk about fun things, and sometimes we'll talk... Are you aware of what you're doing? What is wrong with you? And then you're trying to come across as charming in this same video, and then you go into a diatribe about these other people I don't know about or give a rat's ass about, but you just basically, in the same exact video, tried to do a sleight of hand and jab everything you could at Peter Monn, and then tried to add levity and be breezy about your channel, and sometimes we'll talk about makeup. Did you just plug your makeup line after you said those horrific things about someone? At least have a modicum of reverence for what you're doing. Shame on you for not even considering that this could have been a troll. Or did you deliberately pass off as gospel truth what was so clearly false? Did you do that because you wanted it to be true? Which is it? Either way, shame on you. You said you expected about 101 videos of hate for the video you put out. Well, I think you deserve more heat than that. and I, for one, am proud to be counted among your detractors. Thanks for listening, everybody. This was not scripted, and so forgive me if it was rather disjointed. I just wanted to get that out there, especially since I know what it's like to truly be stalked by somebody. I have, right now, been harassed for weeks and weeks by Matthew McConaughey. I know it's him because he keeps texting me, and the name says Matthew McConaughey, and his picture's right there. And I'm like, Matthew McConaughey, I'm flattered, but I'm married. And he's like, I want to come over. And I'm like, that is not appropriate, Matthew McConaughey. But they keep coming. They just keep flooding in. So, it's not fair to real victims like myself when people just make up stuff like this. I'm just saying.